Hello, in this video you will learn about the important parts of the basic unit circle, both in degrees and radians. The unit circle means the radius is equal to 1. Now we are going to get the coordinates of the 4 major points on the circle: top, bottom, left, and right. We will start with the one on the right. Since the center has a coordinate of 0, 0, moving to the right means the radius is 1, we move 1 to the right, and we don't move up, making the y equal to 0. The point at the top, we don't move sideways, therefore x is 0, but we do move up, making y 1. The one on the left, we move -1 to get to the circle, and we don't move up. The one at the bottom is we don't move sideways, therefore x is 0, and we move down, making y -1. Those are the 4 major points. Now we will be looking at how many degrees is at each point. We start on the right hand side. This is 0 degrees. Remember that in a circle there are 360 degrees. We have 4 major points. Therefore we divide 360 by 4, giving us 90. So every time we jump from one point to the next, we will be adding 90 degrees. We will be doing counterclockwise. So 0 plus 90 degrees. Then we add another 90, making this one on the left 180. Another 90 makes 270 degrees. And we do a full rotation when we add the final 90 to get 360 degrees. Of course, we can keep going, add another 90, making this 450, another 90, making the next one 540, and so on. The same applies if we are using radians. We start with 0 radians. Then remember that the entire circle is 2 pi. Therefore, 2 pi divided by 4 gives us pi over 2. Every time we jump from one point to the next, we are adding pi over 2. So we start with 0 plus pi over 2. Add another pi over 2. That would be 2 pi over 2, which we just simplify to pi. If you convert pi to degrees, that would give you 180. 270 is equivalent to 3 pi over 2. Remember, we were at 2 pi over 2. Now it's 3 pi over 2. We do a full turn when we have 4 pi over 2, which we simplify to just have 2 pi. We can continue the same process. 450 degrees, we would have 5 pi over 2. Those are equivalent. And of course, 6 pi over 2 on the next one, when simplified, makes it 3 pi, being equal to 540 degrees. This degrees and radians, as well as the 4 major points, will play important roles once we start graphing sine, cosine, and tangent. Remember that the function for sine of theta is equal to y over r. Cosine of theta is equal to x over r. And tangent of theta is equal to y over x, as long as x does not equal to 0. We cannot have a 0 on the denominator because we cannot divide by a 0. Now, how does this work? Every time you're looking for sine, you would be looking at the y value of every point. So 0, 1, 0, and -1. And those numbers would be placed on the y. The radius, of course, on the unit circle will always be equal to 1. For cosine, we would focus on the x value. So 1, 0, -1, and 0. And the radius would be the same. For tangent, you would choose the y and x value of the corresponding